Hello, hello. It is I. Welcome to the How to Macro slash AFK any, and I mean any World 1 map in Anime Last Stand. What I'll be using in this video is the Tiny Task, as you can see right now on the screen. To preset this Tiny Task, set preference, make sure your playback is as long as possible, and then make sure continuous playback is on. And that tiny task should be ready now. And the units you'll need mainly are these two in the front, as you can see. The one on the left, Tatsumaki, and the one on the right, Garo Evo. As you can see, I do have two more units in my other slots, Rengoku and Frieren, but they are mainly just there as if you have them, you should use them, especially Frieren. She's just a better Tatsu, pretty much, overall, usually. Rengoku is there for the harder maps, where Garo just can't DPS enough, is all. But that's about it for all you need. And another quick disclaimer, the way I'll be doing my macros is a short looping macro. So that's why only these units are needed, because you only really need one unit. Maybe two if you want to really go at it, but usually just one unit is enough. So by that, let us start. Here we are, starting our first one with Desert Village. I'll be doing Nightmare because just to show, I guess, that these tactics work in Nightmare difficulty, which I don't think is fully needed, because I don't think much of this is too difficult, especially like the first few early maps. But we'll start with Desert Village. Now there's two ways to do this. You can use a air or ground. Now the way I do things is you find the retry button, which you either win once or lose once first, and then click recording, move your mouse, click where the retry button would be, and then place your unit. If it's a hill unit, place up here, or anywhere up here. If it's a ground unit, place anywhere here. Like even here works. And then, yeah. But I guess the macro would more or less be more like this. If I were to celebrate, I'm gonna turn off my auto speed vote because I don't want to get absolutely overwhelmed here. So the way you would do this is hit record, move your mouse a little, spam click where the retry button would be, place your hill unit, click, spam Q, click away, click back, spam upgrade. And that's it. You end your recording. And that is your quick, very short looping macro that if you position your mouses correctly, you should never get kicked into the lobby. And this is a eternal looping macro that will always repeat until you say you want to quit. Of course, this can easily be done in challenges as well if this is the map. Alright. Now, what if we wanted to use a ground unit? Oh, well, that's simple enough. Let's say we don't have this. We have a ground unit instead. Recording, move a little bit, spam click, ground unit, place them anywhere you feel like, spam Q, click away, click back, spam upgrade, and end recording. And then you can just replay it infinitely, pretty much. And that's about it, really, for this macro here. This is probably the easiest one to macro. If you plan to grind kills, I recommend you going to Desert Infinite. It is probably one of the easier ones to do, but that is only if you're looking for only kills. Obviously, there's better maps, and later on, especially because later maps can give you like capsules and stuff as well. Two specific maps give you capsules, so you would actually want to farm there instead. But yeah, that's the end of this one, and I'll see you in Water Park. Here we are. Now we are going to Water Park. Now, this one's a simple one, but you do need a hill unit. You actually need a hill unit. You need to use either Tatsu, or if you're desperate, Light Admiral. Why? Because there is no ground unit spot here. Now you can place them here, but the map's like so far away that you can't really reach unless your unit has like insane range. So the way I usually do this is hit record, move, spam click where the retry button would be, place your unit on top of this house, click spam Q, click away, click back, spam upgrade. And if you let this play along, it will always repeat. You will always survive unless you just don't have enough DPS. But overall, you should be fine. Obviously, if you don't have Overlord, you could just use Shinigami or All-Seeing and just place multiple, right? And then upgrade multiple. But that will make your recording longer, and that could cause at times maybe a problem. But I think usually it's fine. 90% of the time it's usually fine. Alright? But yeah, I don't see another way to do this kind of looping style is here. Especially because like the ground units have like nowhere to actually do. Like if I zoom out right now, like okay, I'm not recording, right? If I zoom out right now, as you can see, if you place like Garo here, like sure he has some range, but compared to Tatsu, who can shoot there, yeah, I don't know, Chief. I don't think Garo has enough range to actually do anything here. But yeah, that's how, at least how I think you should do this one. If you don't want to do this one, that's fine. But yeah, that's about it. And I shall now see you guys soon in the next one, which I think is Hollow. Here we are in Hollow, and I think some of you are probably already very familiar with this place because Hollow is a place where everyone's looking for it because of the Bleach update currently. Well, a big update, World 2 update that added a lot of new units like Oak Evo, Seven Deadly Sins units and stuff. But in this one, see, this is a very nice map. Alright? So the way you macro in here, at least what I do, is record, move around, spam and click, place your hill unit, click Q, click away, click on them, spam upgrade, and record. Very simple, very nice. Now, can you do this with a ground unit? Absolutely. You can place a ground unit here or here, and as long as they do enough DPS, they should be fine. Like you could do this instead. I'm gonna keep them there just because. Record, move a little bit, spam retry, click your unit, place them, Q, click away, click back, spam here, retry, and then retry, record, end. And then you click play, and now this macro tiny task will keep replaying until you want it to stop. Ain't that nice? But yeah, that's about it here. And then I will see you guys soon in the next one, which I believe is Namek. Alright, here we are at Planet Namek. And again, it should be as simple as that in this one as well, because I think the new spawn really helped as well. But yeah, this is a very nice map too to spawn in, and I kind of like this one. As always, okay, you do drop. I don't know about that one. You do where your retry button would be. Record, move a little bit, click, press your unit. You can place a hill unit roughly there. Q, click away, click back, and spam upgrade. Repeat that over and over and over and over and over. Now, could you use a ground unit? Obviously, yes. If you want to use a ground unit, record, move a little bit, click, 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 click your ground unit, place them roughly there, Q, click away, click back, spam upgrade. And then you can end recording and it's click play. It's a very short, nice loop that is very usable. Really, I like the loops because they cover up a lot of the problems that the long ones have. Right? Obviously, the longer recordings are incredibly powerful because you could actually do a lot of different strategies that you could never do with a short loop. Because in the short loop, if you, I don't know, like you want to ideally unit A and unit B, but in the loop it could be B and A, and then that ruins the entire process. There's a lot of things. So yeah, moving on soon to the next one. And I think it should be what? I think it's supposed to be Jojo. I think it's Jojo. I think it's Jojo. Alright, here we go with Jojo Star Mansion. This is gonna be a cool one for me to, do again. Because this one is actually only for ground. Unless you want to like do some zooming shenanigans, which I do not recommend. Okay. Alright, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. But yeah, unless you want to do some kind of zooming out shenanigans in this one, just use a ground, really. Plus, the whole map is full ground, so you don't need to worry about errors. So the way I do it, I guess you couldn't put. Yeah, you could. Yeah, I guess you could do errors, but record, move a little bit, spam retry, place your ground unit, spam Q, click away, click on the ground unit, spam upgrade, and recording, and that is your macro for this. You could obviously also use error because I just realized there is actually a spot. And that spot is the one over here. If you click record, click around, obviously to where each button would be, with your air unit, you can place right up here somewhere, I believe, right there. Spam Q, click away, click back, spam upgrade. I think that can almost, I think because of you being like a guarantee thing, like it repeats the exact movements, it should always place your units up there. So you could use a hell unit, very plausible. But if you don't want to take that kind of risk, Garo Evo is perfectly fine, or any ground unit that can be placed wave 1 or wave 2 even. I guess wave 1 would be safer. But doesn't matter if they hybrid or not, because again, this is a full ground map, alright? But yeah, that's the end of this one. On to the next one, which I think should be... I forget, what the hell is the next one? Is it Superhero City? I think it's Superhero City. I forget. Alright, that was correct. It was Superhero City. Alright, time to move on, and let's see how we macro this one. I will say though, I don't think you can macro all, because it's very specific, I think, on a few cases. But yeah, there's definitely a few cases where I feel like I wish this was macroable, or at least easier to macro, but spawns are spawns. So if you're here, you spawn as normal at Superhero City. There's two ways, obviously. If you use air or ground, hill or ground. And because there's air units, you gotta use a hybrid. So record, move a little bit, spam click, and I place Tatsu right about here for me. Q, click away, and click back, and spam. And then this should forever, repeat forever, pretty much, right? And then the other one would be the ground units. Now, the ground units are preferred like this, at least in my opinion. Record, move a little bit, spam retry, get your ground unit, place them at this bend, I'd say. So it's easier to reach. Spam Q, click away, click, upgrade. Very simple, very nice looping. Obviously, if your unit cannot kill the boss, that is a problem. But again, if you can't do that, then just get hopefully get a better unit that can fit the criteria. But again, it's not always, it's not hard, it's not easy to find like really good starters. But if you have like the best of the best, you're fine usually, alright? So yeah, that should be the end of this. Oh wait, what the hell happened there? Why did my recording suddenly stop? That is a bit odd. Interesting indeed. Oh wait, did I maybe click the button on accident or something? I might have. No, well. But yeah, I shall see you guys soon in Hero Association, the next map. Wait, whoa, this ain't over yet. Don't you delete the video yet. Don't you dare, don't you. Alright, here we are at Hero Association. Hero Association. Ah, flip it, now I exited. Oh no. I kind of, this map is kind of a bit, I don't like the macro this one as much. Again, you kind of want to macro it because you want to stay in bandage, obviously, right? But the problem is, that you only have one good spot, and that one good spot, unless you want to do some zooming shenanigans, is to place down your Garo Evo on the bottom left of your screen. So the way for me that I do it is record, click where retry button would be, get your unit, put in the bottom left, click, spam Q, click away, click on the bottom left, spam upgrade. Now, because this one is actually pretty rough, and you may or may not believe me that this works, so I will let Hero Association play out a little bit. I don't know if I'm gonna talk fully throughout. Try, but it's more of because like you can't there unless you want to do some zooming shenanigans. I will try my best to avoid unless it is absolutely necessary, which is funny because that's the next map. But if it is possible, I will do it without zooming out. And as you can see, Garo is attacking people right now off screen because this is the closest place to the path. Well, a path at the very least. And if your unit is strong enough, he should be able to punch enough units. Obviously, you don't need to use Garo Evo. Rengoku would work. Any hybrid unit would work. Specifically, has to be a hybrid ground unit. You cannot use a hill here unless you do some zooming shenanigans, which I do not. Well, I will show you next chapter, not next chapter, next map. But in this one, you just do this. And you also got to make sure that your ground unit can DPS enough. It has to be able to hit air, aka it has to be hybrid on placement, and it also has to be be able to kill the boss. And that ain't an easy feat at times, alright? Oh, did I forget? Oh, I forgot to upgrade, I see. So I'm supposed to do this, move a little bit, click away, click Garo, click down here, spam Q, click away, click back, spam upgrade, there we go. And then end recording. Sorry. For those who are watching, seem like, oh, you just don't upgrade him? No, you do upgrade him. Please, upgrade the man. He needs to be upgraded, or he actually cannot kill the boss. Because the boss HP is pretty decent, I think, as far as I remember. So this is the first time I've been having this Tatsu cosmetic on for so long. So I always have my money unit on slot 1. So, and Yojin doesn't actually give anything. So, it's cool though. I like it. It's pretty cool. But yeah, we're almost done now. And you'll see soon, I guess, because my units are now already maxed and I got nothing else to do. And just pray for myself to win. If I win or lose, I probably will win because Garo's range actually is pretty good now. Especially once he's maxed. His 58 range is very good. He should be able to cover a lot of map and do damage. Especially with Cripple and him being fully AoE as well. So he should not be having any problems. So yeah, that's about it. I'll see you in the next map, which is Snowy Domain, after the windscreen pops up. Come on, windscreen. Give me that windscreen. Give me the W. Give me that W. Come on. I'm just waiting. I mean, the boss is probably pretty far away, because I am putting it pretty far back. Like I'm like halfway plus through the map. Halfway through the map is where we spawn. So like, the boss has to walk a little bit. All right, so not surprised that this is taking quite a while. All right, there we go. That's it. See ya in the next one, which should be Snowy Domain. All right, here we are now in Snowy Domain with actually, in my opinion, the first tricky one. Now, again, I don't know if Tatsu has enough damage, because I think at this point, I think starting from Superhero City, you kind of needed Overlord on your starter units if you want to actually AFK, obviously. But this one, I think you actually do need Overlord guaranteed, maybe even Avatar. But if you have Freerun is gonna win easily. But I don't know if Tatsu has enough DPS. Now, you could probably use ground units like Rengoku, but I guess I'll show both ways. The way you do this is record, move the mouse to where retry button would be, click away, spam the letter O to zoom out of the map as far as possible, and then place your hill unit here. Oh, sorry, that's not here. Press Q, click away, click back, spam upgrade. and that is your macro, because the retry button will always be at the middle, roughly where it's always in the same spot on your screen, right? And then you just gotta get your unit there, right? Place them. And again, this map has air units wave 1, so you kind of need a hybrid. Now, if you wanted to do a ground unit instead, you would, where your retry button would be, record, move a little bit, click away, press O a bunch of times until it's max, go to your ground unit, in my case was Garo Evo, place roughly here, press Q, click away, click back, spam upgrade, and then end recording. Obviously, this does mean that this recording is slightly longer. It could actually reach up to 20 seconds, especially if you place like a lot of units. You could actually go to 30. So yeah, be very careful when you want to do these kind of macros, especially for Snowy Domain. But thankfully, Snowy Domain doesn't actually have anything that's too useful. Ice Elf is the best thing you can get here, and Ice Elf is just alright at best, I think. Obviously, it's really good for fire caverns. Yeah, this is a post World 2, obviously. So, but yeah, fire caverns. He's very good. So if you haven't got him, get him. He's actually very good. Him, Garo Evo are probably the easiest units you can get that are very good. Well, that and high class tanker / shadow tanker, like those three are like a very good like boost. Those are very good units to get for a fire cavern. And Shanks now as well, obviously, but Shanks is obviously always going to be good. He just got changed from dark to light to water though, so that's very nice. And Nanami too, Nanami from the Infinite Castle. He's also very good. But yeah, that's this one. I'll see you guys the next one, which I think is the Demon Slayer one, Infested City. Moving on to the third to last story, Infested City. This one's pretty cool. Your spawn is right there in front of everything, so it's a very nice spawn, right? And you can use hill or ground units here too. But again, you kind of need overlord at this point in time. Mostly, I think most of the case, yeah. So if you want to do it, record, click where retry button would be, place your hill unit if you want to use hill, Q, click away, click back, upgrade. And then that is your macro for the hill unit. Very simple again as always. All of my macros are going to be very similar, just that you record, spam retry, place your unit, click away, click on the unit, upgrade the unit. Now, if I wanted to do a a ground unit, sorry, the same steps at the beginning, record, move a little bit, click, ground unit. I just place them here usually, it's a lot nicer, but make sure you place away from the middle. Press Q, click away, click here, click upgrade. Now, if you want to put a ground unit, make sure you put away from the middle screen, because if you put them where the leave or next button would be, that would be very dangerous. Because then you would move to a new map, or you would just go back to the lobby, right? So you gotta make sure. But yeah, this is about the macro for this one. Very simple, very quick. Obviously, the enemies are getting tankier, getting more HP, so we will have to, focus on that a lot more. But yeah, next map should be second to last, which is Lost Castle / the Berserk map. See you there. Alright, now we are at our second to last map, which is Lost Castle. As you can see, there's nothing here. So I don't know why would you... Wait, what the hell? Oh, they upped their odds again. They fixed it. Cool, that's actually very cool. Oh, maybe I was looking at this. Fair. Let's do it. Let's rock it. Lost Castle is an interesting one, I think, in my opinion, because you actually have to use ground unless you want to do some zooming shenanigans, which you don't have to. You literally don't have to. The path is right next to you. You do not have to use like a hill unit. Because if I'm not mistaken, the path should be right there. So, record, move a little bit, spam click retry, place your ground unit roughly here, click Q, click away, click back, spam, and then that's it. You could obviously place 2 instead if you feel like the unit isn't strong enough. Like instead of me like oh okay like for instance, right, let me just slow down to make sure I actually don't die here. Like an example, right? An example. I will record, move a little bit, spam retry, click Garo, right? Because he's doing my starter. Place him, spam Q, click away, click Rengoku, place him, spam Q, click away, and only upgrade Rengoku. Now if I turn these 2 back on, right? And I click play, I will place them both down, and I will always place Garo first because wave 1, and Rengoku will be the only one that's upgraded. So then, again, like this could be anyone, right? This could be anyone. It could be any ground unit. Can be hill. Unless you want to place like somewhere, unless you want to place like a hill unit like back here, if that's even. Oh my god, I'm still recording. Yes, like if you really wanted, like, maybe you could put the hill unit here, but I do not recommend it because that's way too far from the map, and you won't be getting as much value. But it is possible if you want to. I just don't recommend it. But that's the end of this macro, and we'll move to the last one, which is Ruin City, which I don't think there's going to be a new one, because there's World 2, so see you then. Here we are at the end, pretty much, with Ruin City. Again, this one is, I think at least, going to be the last map in World 1, hopefully forever, because, again, there's World 2, so they're going to be updating that more, right? Like, come on, they can't be doing more World 1, right? Possibly. This is going to bite me in the back, isn't it, at some point? Who knows? But yeah, so this one actually is very nice as well to macro. You can actually use both air, hill, or ground. And again, this is right at the beginning, so you kind of have to be quick with it. So, record, hover a little bit, click, retry, place either your hill unit over here, or if you want to, instead, like I guess that one, and then click away, click upgrade. That's your hill macro pretty much, right? Obviously, this is too slow because of blah blah. Obviously, this one was a bit too slow because I was trying to do multiple things at once. But again, if you want to do ground, instead you could do this. Record, click your ground unit, place him there, Q, click away, flip, and then spam upgrade. Or even do like what I did in Lost Castle and place 2, right? Because again, this is going to be a very hard one. These guys are going to be tanky as hell. Like this is the last map of this world. They're going to be tanky as hell. So I would actually instead prefer to do this. Record, click, place your first unit, either the hill or ground. Click away, click your actual main DPS, like maybe here, place him down, click away, click, and upgrade him instead. Because let's be honest here, you're gonna need that main DPS instead of like Garo or Tatsu. Because there's no elements here, so this doesn't really matter as much. But yeah, that's about it for the end of this video. If you made it here somehow, oh cool. That means you want to know how to do Ruin. Yeah. That's about it. I'll end this here. I'm not gonna make another part where I explain everything. But yeah, that's about it. Thank you for watching, everybody. Have a good one. And I'll try to revamp the raid one soon because I do need to make that one. But yeah, see you for now, everybody. Bye bye.